What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? The Celtic Warrior, James.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Welcome to the dive bar of the IWC.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome to Wrestling on the Rocks, episode 1. Again. I'm Marv. We are at WOTR, the show. With me today, at Ref Marsh. And MsAmandaJayne.
Well, hi, Mark. You scared me there. I didn't know you were doing the intro now.
Yeah,
I hope you're getting paid.
Gimmick.
Oh, I know. I'm hoping you're getting paid decent bucks.
He's going to get a second gimmick too, but as of now, he's just farting up the intros.
Love it. I love it. That's why we're still on episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah, he farts them out. Keeps
Thank
them
you
coming.
for the setback.
You know? Yeah, thank you for the setback.
Someone's got to
All
fart.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So MsAmandaJayne, what's in your glass today?
It's a very somber mood, today and the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So I'm just going with, regular Coke because, yes.
It's fine. You can do regular Coke. You can do slush, whatever you want to do. It's not what you're drinking, it's who you're drinking with. Today, we're all drinking together, drinking buddies, having a drink and reminiscing a little bit. I'm having a little ocean water Sonic with some vodka in it, and I'm gonna pour a little bit of some of that Brothers Bond bourbon neat when we close out the show as a little final cheers and farewell. Let's see. Splinter Fox says he hasn't seen us since last year. We've had all these episodes that were mediocre. So many episode 1s where we talk shit on things he loves.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, you see, Splinter Fox, you totally missed, Bishop trying to take over the show on Thursdays. Yeah. The hell was that?
Oh, well, no, that was a double header. I had to do 2 shows that day. That Wednesday was a rough Wednesday. But I think today what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch along a couple of Briscoe matches, and while they're going, we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the stuff. I'm gonna be honest, as far as NXT goes, it's doing what it's doing, and I'm fine with it. But it was not the thing that's top of my mind right now. I liked some of the stuff. I didn't like all of it. I'm digging what's going on with Roxanne and Toxic. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I like what
Mhm.
they're doing with Tiffany,
Mhm.
but realistically, like you said, it's been weighing on our minds for the better part of a week now. Was the passing of Jay Briscoe, and I thought that AEW was able to put together some nice moments for him on their show, and I thought that the least we could do is watch along to some old classic stuff that I haven't seen. I don't know if you've seen these at all. I thought you saw one of them.
I've seen both, but it's been a very, 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 very long time.
Yeah, yeah. So these are ones that I never got to see that I had heard of and thought, you know what, I should see that sometime. And you know what? Now's that time. Let's go ahead and do it. But before we push play, I do want to give you the opportunity to give out some happy birthdays.
Yeah, we had a lot of birthdays that actually kind of missed because they're sneaky. So one of them, I feel really, really bad, and I actually I got a DM about this one. So, um, happy birthday to. I'm opening up the Book of Hobbs, and I'm wishing you a happy birthday. So, Will Hobbs, Powerhouse, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Sorry we
where's he
missed
been?
you.
I know. Happy
Um,
birthday, Will Hobbs. Cheers to you, man. Really cool guy.
yeah.
I feel like we saw a couple of those little vignettes leading up to something, and then they've stopped. Have they not? Or am I missing them?
No, there's a new one Friday.
Okay.
But I think I said this on episode 1. Um, San Francisco, AEW, and Revolution is going to be a coming out party of sorts for Will Hobbs.
Mhm.
Either they're going to launch this guide to the moon,
Yeah.
or it's going to be a big failure. But I
Right.
think they're waiting. They're doing something.
Okay. All
I
right. Like
don't
a
know
holding
what.
pattern.
It's a holding pattern. Because as you saw last night too, and I know this is a little off topic, but you saw the Adam Cole little vignette,
Yeah. Yeah. Why did they
and
do something
where
like that?
he's like, "I'm coming back," and he's
Yeah.
staring at the revolution thing. I'm like, "Can you not come back then? Can you come back another time, dude?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like I remember we talked about it before. I think it was last week or the week before. It was definitely episode 1 where I
Mhm.
said, does Tony have a problem not realizing that getting a single reaction does not make somebody over? Does he hear a big pop and go, okay, now that guy's over, I can put them to the side for a while, and when I bring
Mhm.
them back, they'll be just as over. Like,
Yeah,
he doesn't seem to quite
yeah.
grasp a momentum. Because
Mm-mm.
I agree with you that they seem to be leading towards something with Hobbs, but to kind of put him on a low simmer doesn't get people fired up for that moment once they get to his hometown, except for only the hometown crowd. And you want everyone watching to want it just as bad.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, and it's weird. He was on Dark a couple of weeks ago, like last week maybe.
yeah,
But
I
he
just want him
apparently,
on.
from what I've been told, he's not been at tapings lately. So
I want
I
him
don't know
on
if there's an
TV, and I
injury
want
maybe
them
too.
building a thing for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But I think it's
Yeah,
really that's just going to be that's going to be his big push.
yeah. All right, all right. Well, at least for a period of time, because we've seen a few people get their big push and then be shelved again for quite some time. So, I mean, look at
Yeah.
Wardlow.
I don't
They
even know
just
what happened to
completely.
Wardlow.
That's what I mean. And he was at a height. Like, people wanted him
Mhm.
to beat MJF. They wanted him to go on for the world title. They wanted him to take on CM Punk right before the whole meltdown. But all
Yeah.
of a sudden, they just said, you know what? We'll put him to the side. We'll get to him whenever. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like he's so cyclical with, all right, get this person a good reaction and then
Mhm.
shelf it. Get a good
Yeah.
reaction and then shelf it. He never capitalizes on the momentum that he starts to build.
Well, I think the whole Action Andretti thing,
Oh my God.
honestly, like Ricky's like, dude, I don't know how you got lumped into that again. Another like
That
tag
was bad.
thing. You just walk away.
Get out
I
of
will
that.
say
Yeah.
that next week. I'll film
The whole thing
myself
was
saying
bad.
it. Just, yeah, walk away. But anyways, other birthdays. There's a lot of people that we love. Monet, whatever. Girl,
Oh yeah,
happy
today.
birthday.
Today is
Mhm.
Sasha Banks' birthday.
It is today. And girl, you go get your money. There you go.
Money.
It was interesting. Did you see that photo of her? It was her at the LA Dojo. It was her, Kushida, and there's one more person. I'm blanking on who the hell it was. I was like, oh, interesting photo.
No. Every time they post it, because I mean Bailey posted one today of the two of them training in Mexico with some little girl, saying, you know, keep being an inspiration and stuff. So there's a ton of really cool pictures of Sasha just training with random people. I think it's kind of like my favorite genre of Sasha photos. Just these random training with badasses all the time, and you go, okay.
Yeah, and that awful wig.
She's got a new one. I don't know if you saw her picture today. She posted with her in like Tokyo. She's like squatting, but she's got like stripes of leopard print in her hair. She's doing some wild stuff with her hair. I'm all right with it, but
yeah, no.
I'm just glad I don't have to like. It makes me hesitant to draw pictures of her when there's that many designs in her hair.
You're like, maybe you know what you should do is just make it blank, and that you can do an interactive, like a coloring book type of thing for her, where it's you just do an outline, and then people can color it as they choose on their own, you know, whatever. Because that's kind of how I feel how she is. I don't know. I don't know. If I had like a wrestling coloring book like that.
That was the hair she had at Wrestle Kingdom. That is not the hair she had at Wrestle Kingdom. Her hair had no leopard prints in it. It was actually flames going on the sides. This one's got like two stripes that was literal leopard print, or like a cheetah print. Like you could see it was like tan with those things. The other one was flames. It was fire going.
Yeah, it was blue and orange.
And it says money. All right, keep going. Birthdays. We got stuff to do.
Seamus.
Fella! Friend of the show. He says he would have a drink with us in the intro.
We'd have a drink with you. Happy birthday, dude.
As we know.
The man.
Becky Lynch?
Happy birthday to the man.
Happy birthday to Drake
Maverick. Finley, happy birthday.
What day is her birthday?
Her birthday's on Monday.
All right, I'm gonna write that down.
The man is on Monday.
Do a new drawing.
Yeah. Ronda Rousey. I mean, Ronda Rousey is a wrestler. So happy birthday, Ronda.
I'm a big fan of Ronda as a person, regardless of what her stuff happens. When it falls flat and stuff, the things that she's overcome, the things that she's accomplished, I'm never gonna root against her. As far as like a human being, she's a badass. Kevlar's mentioned it on the show once before too. She grew up with the same speech impediment that his son acquired, and so to be able to kind of point towards, hey, look, she went through it too, and look what you can become. I mean, he's a little boy, but at the same time, it's like, hey, look, nothing's gonna hold you back. So yeah, she's an inspiration to the family.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then another one of the most beloved people in the world, well, not in the world, but wrestling folklore. Happy birthday, Marty Jannetty. One of these days, I really want to know from Medusa. I really want to know about that story because I was there and I heard what was going on from the 27th floor of the Dallas Hyatt Regency in Dallas. And because it's an open air atrium, and you could hear it in the commotion, and you can hear Jeff Jarrett, and then Karen was like screaming at him, like, calm down. She was drunk too, and the shenanigans. Oh yeah. Ay. But anyways, and then finally, because it is a somber thing, and Jay Briscoe's birthday was yesterday, so it was a very fitting, I think, tribute on AEW.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I feel that I think, and no offense to Brody Lee or anything, because when Brody Lee passed, it felt like it was very in your face.
Yeah, a lot of things seemed forced, and we talked about it at the time that we recognized what he was trying to do and appreciated the effort, but there was definitely parts that made us a little uncomfortable at times, and I didn't get any of that from this one too. So
no, not at all. And I think that I will honestly say that I think that was like the best Jay Lethal match that he's had since he's been a part of AEW.
So let's do this. Let's put a quick pause here. Let's get this match going, because the first match that we're going to watch, and we're going to continue to talk about this because, we can't react and play-by-play entire matches for this thing, so we're going to need conversation to take us through anyhow. So what we'll do here is we'll take a pause and allow people to kind of fill out what we're doing. If you go to our Twitter, WOTR the show, our live stream that's happening now, underneath it, I linked the playlist in which we're going to be polling from. But if you don't want to do that, the first match we're going to watch, the channel is by American Dragon 98. He has 111 subscribers. But he's doing the Lord's work over here. He's got a bunch of amazing matches. The one we're going to watch to start with, if you can believe it, the Briscoe brothers versus the Second City Saints, best 2 out of 3 falls, July 23rd, 2004. Do you have yours pulled up?
I have mine pulled up.
I do
sure
too.
do.
I'm going to give people a few minutes to check it out. Splinter Fox, go to YouTube and pull it up in another window so you can watch along. The Second City Saints, best 2 out of 3 falls against the Briscoe brothers. Colt and CM Punk tag teaming against the Briscoe brothers. This is the most excited I've been for any CM Punk match that I've ever heard of. And I'm being genuinely excited in this regard, right? So I've mentioned before, I skipped a lot of the CM Punk era and I went back to rewatch it and I was like interested and found matches to watch that people said were good and I just never bought in. This is such a moment in time, and to see it surrounding the Briscoes, to know what CM Punk was in that era, in that year, that 2004 Ring of Honor, to know what Colt was. I'm actually really excited to see what this is, because I think this era is why CM Punk is who he is today, even still. You know what I mean? To the people who love him, I think this era has a lot to do with it. So with that in mind, I think that's bought enough people time. American Dragon 98 YouTube channel, the Briscoe brothers versus Second City Saints, best 2 out of 3 falls, 7/23/2004. Do you have yours set to the 000 mark?
I sure do.
All right. So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1 and play. And when I say play, that's when I'm going to hit play. And if we're out by a little bit, then I'll be fine. Because there's Splinter Fox says because there's a delay, he'd like it to be in a chat. So I'll do both. It's gonna mess me up a little bit, but here we go. Are you ready, Miss Amanda Jayne?
Born ready.
All right. 3. Hold on. I have to do it based off of the chat going through. 2. 1 is and play. Hold on, wait. It's got to send. It's not sending. Oh my God, it said error.
God damn it.
Play. All right. Did you hit play?
I just did
I'm at
now.
3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
I'm around there.
All right. So here comes Mark and Jay Briscoe coming out, hoodies on, looking like badasses. They do look young. Even with the hoodies on, they look young, but
no, but they look badass even with the hoodies on.
I know. You know what sucks too? Because I saw the same thing happen with Luke. I've been waiting to get some Dem Boys merch because I didn't have any when I went to the GCW show. Not that I saw, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get some.
No, it's all the
and then they just
ROH
released that beanie and stuff, and I want like a cool like Dem Boys thing. And I just know that right now what you're gonna see is people trying to just price it up. Like if you look for Luke Harper stuff now, typically Luke Harper stuff's back down to a reasonable price. But when he first passed, even like the cheap action figures of him, people were asking for like $100, $200, and it's just I think it brings out the worst in people sometimes, you know.
And these guys really don't have it. They don't have action figures. Sad.
Ring of Honor made an action figure of them a few years back.
Did they?
Yeah, that weird Ring of Honor series.
Micro Brawlers.
They probably had micro brawlers. I don't remember specifically, but I do feel like I saw them at one point. So
I feel like they did.
There's a good chance. Yeah,
we'll probably get them again.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
And Splinter Fox says buzz cuts too. I know, dude.
I
was getting so thrown off. I mean, Jay and Mark look very different, but my introduction to them, Jay had dreadlocks. So every time I see these era with the buzz cuts or the bald head, I always think it's Mark. Like when I got the first picture in when Jay passed, I thought it was Mark. because it was a bald picture of him. And I went, whoa. And then all of a sudden I saw stuff with like the dreadlocks and I was like, wait, what just happened? So like my mind's all messed up when it comes to that just because I'm so visual.
Oh, and they were the champs then. That's right.
They're the tag champs. Yeah. Colt coming out, shrugging his shoulders. Punk trying to look serious. Colt high-fiving.
Boy.
Punk's too cool for school. The black wrist tape. The white marker on that.
Okay. In respect for Jay Briscoe, I am going to keep the commentary of Phil.
No. The whole point of having a 47-minute match with Phil in here is that we get to both celebrate Jay.
Yes.
Celebrate Colt. Celebrate Mark, but also trash Punk the whole time. Like, this is the best of all situations.
Well, okay, I will say this. Okay. It was always said around this time that when you watched Cabana and Punk, you could tell who was the better wrestler. It wasn't Phil.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Oh, and Splinter Fox says it would be wild to play the match that Mark lost his teeth. Do you know what match that is, Splinter Fox?
That we don't. If you can find that, tell us.
If you can tell me that, because the second match we're thinking about watching is number 31 on that list. It is the ladder war match, Steen and Generico against the Briscoe brothers for the ROH tag titles. I did not realize Mark lost his teeth in the match. I'd be honest, I just figured it had something to do with the farm or a bar fight, because he just seems like that kind of a badass.
Are you trying to say that Delaware, like chicken farming in Delaware, makes you lose your teeth?
Well, you don't need teeth in Delaware.
Oh, that's true.
Everything there is soft, except for the Briscoes.
Yeah. That's praise. Yep, that's Prazak. I was like, that's Dave Prazak doing that ring announcing.
Yeah. Tag title match, Ring of Honor.
And I believe that's a very, very slim. Actually, I can't really tell.
Quality's not the best,
a very
but it's still
slim. Todd reffing in this match.
I can't see the ref's face yet. So, but yeah, depending on how long the match is where he loses his teeth and what match it is, we might be able to squeeze that in too. But yeah, Wednesday night, I thought the package they put together for Jay was really nice. It was really cool. I know that because like Spinner Fox said this earlier too. Because he's blowing up our chat. That's what he does. He derails the show. He's here for it. He thought the Kushida Darby match was fire. It's all right. But he says this. He says, also going back to the Hobbs, still concerned Hobbs, he might get the Ricky treatment or the Kip comeback. Yeah, maybe. But Fox says, I have to give credit to Tony, which it hurts to say that he fought to make the Jay celebration happen. Mm-hmm. All I know, because I just don't know or trust any of the sources. Wait, who's the redhead announcer? That's quite a hair.
It's Jay Prazak.
Really?
Yeah.
Is his hair still like that?
No.
That's a lot of
hair anymore.
Well, there you go. Jeez. He should go back and watch this too. Remember the glory days. It seems so far-fetched, but it's not impossible, right? But it seems so far-fetched that a single person who works for Warner Brothers has such a vendetta against Jay Briscoe. Because when you think of all the other things that are happening on Warner Brothers, all the other people who they allow on, all the people who they let him sign. I mean, you've got a big issue with a couple of tweets from a dude who went out of his way to apologize, but no issues putting Nick Gage on there several times. No disrespect to Nick Gage, but if you want to talk about history that's shady, you know what I mean? Like, that's the easiest thing to point to. You want to talk about what happens after Dynamite? Fucking slap fight where people just were MMA fighters put their guard down and allow someone to hit them so hard they get concussed.
What is that slap fight all about?
It's even more violent than that sounded. It's the most disgusting display of just like crash TV. So It's just with those basic examples, it seems so far-fetched that one person or that same entity would say absolutely nothing from this one dude who tweeted. You know what I mean? So I just don't know. But I will say, because it's where all the rumors are and where all the stories are that Tony was always trying to get Jay and was fighting for him, that I don't want to also take away the respect that he should be given for that, him being Tony for fighting for that for the Jay stuff. You know what I mean? If that's true, then absolutely. All I'm saying is I'm not in the know enough to really say like this is or isn't how anything's happening, and I'm not in the know enough to say congratulations, you did it. I'll just say if that's all true, then fuck yeah, dude. Like, way to fight for it. They also, this is crazy too, watching the Briscoes in tights.
Yeah,
Like,
I was about to say
like,
that.
they're in
Yeah.
collegiate tights, and I'm so used to them wrestling like in jeans and sneakers and just looking
Yeah.
like mean.
Well, that's
dudes on
most
the floor.
people in sneakers nowadays.
Oh, that's true.
But
too. But yeah, they got the boots, they got the collegiate wear. But if I remember correctly, they were actually amateur wrestlers in school, right? High school and college and stuff.
I believe so. Well, my comment about Warner Brothers, but wasn't Harvey Weinstein associated with Warner Brothers?
I think so too, and that's what I mean. Like that's what
exactly. That's all I got to say about that.
That's the part that just makes it, none of it makes sense to me. Not to say that it's not true. It just is illogical to me. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of things. And yes, that is a slim Todd Sinclair right there as your referee.
Is it Mark or Jay in there right now? Because this guy's like really doing a lot of mat stuff. This is a lot of like, I think this is Jay.
When you look at this, you're like, wow, I never realized that Punk like ever was like off the ground that much. You know, when you watch it.
Punk's definitely wrestling with him. They're chain wrestling here.
Yeah.
Which is really impressive to see, especially given the reputation of the Briscoes being such brawlers.
Yeah.
This is cool. Yeah, I think that was Jay in there with.
Yeah, Jay's
it's a little hard to see. Really, I think this is
Mark. Hard to tell.
It's hard to tell with the quality of the video, but
he wanted the better
wearing
wrestler.
like identical tights.
Yeah, obviously it was like, I want the better wrestler. Get out of the way. Yeah.
Colt's chewing gum.
Colt always chews gum. Hello. Ask him next time you see them. Say, what's your gum of choice? And he'll probably tell you Amanda knows. Extra polar ice. Hello. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. This is where you're going to see. This is around the time when Colt, I believe he had been in the UK for like a couple of months living there. But he was doing Butlins and all that stuff. So you can really tell like the influence of that on his wrestling then.
Really?
Also,
I'm surprised at how much of this is just technical wrestling. It's really cool to see.
Oh, yeah. And especially when people say Colt Cabana sucks, I'm sorry. You know, when Colt isn't doing his funny stuff.
You're right. This is Jay in here now. We just got a really clear shot. This is Jay.
Yep. I told you he wanted to wrestle the better wrestler.
Yep.
That's the better wrestler.
He called out.
I also want to say big to my mortal enemy, who's now, I see her like head over there. Anyways.
In this show here that we're watching?
Yeah, she's taking photos.
That's funny. That's really funny.
I'm
should
not
ask
gonna
for some of those photos. Should ask her for some. See if she still got the negatives.
Oh no, she does. Trust me. She was the one who stole the Tom McGee tape from Bret Hart.
I know.
Got a lot of things.
Yeah.
And nerve.
So I also noticed, as much as I really liked that video, AEW tweeted out the full video. They even cut it down. So again, if like Warner Brothers is really doing this thing, like you couldn't have spared 2.5 minutes, you only could spare 1.5 minutes. Like they cut like a minute out. It was just a little bit of extra stuff in the front end that they snipped, but it was a really great package. I think it was a really good job on that.
People need to tell me that they don't think that Cabana can wrestle. Piss off. Look at that.
This is awesome. A lot of headlock takedowns and stuff.
Yep.
There's a lot of like on the mat chain wrestling.
Yep.
I was even listening to Dax's podcast talking about the dog collar match before Jay even passed. And I think that he made a really good point about something, but also missed the whole point about the thing, which was that they did the dog collar match, right? And he said that some people complained. So Jay's in the red knee pads and Mark's in the black, just to make it easier. That people complained that they didn't have like a story that typically would build to a dog collar match, like that they would typically, that would be for like heels who keep trying to get away, the baby faces try and lock them down, right? And he goes, and he said, but the thing is the first 2 matches were like pure wrestling matches, so much so that the second one was a 2 out of 3 falls match, which is very, very wrestling related. And he said that the reason that it made sense to do the dog collar is because that's kind of the style more so that the Briscoes would be known for. If they were to be losing on FTR's ground of the technical wrestling, then they would position, we want you the way we want you, right? And it makes total sense. Yeah, this is our style. This is how we do it. We get violent, you know. We're a couple of dogs. We want to lock you down with us, right? The problem is that makes a ton of sense, and it would have taken very little effort to make that make sense without having us piece it together ourselves. That's all I meant by that, was that it was just one of those things where you go, that does make a ton of sense now that you say it out loud. I wish you just said it out loud before, you know, like all the ways they built the match, and none of them were the simplicity of, yeah, we want you this way because, you know, we can't put you in a dog kennel ourselves, right? So Fox says the teeth were lost in 2006. That doesn't really narrow it down.
But he doesn't have teeth here.
Yes, he does. It's 2004.
When they walked out, he had no teeth in. Are we sure?
I don't think that's true.
Oh, yeah, by the way, another person had a birthday, but it's not worth saying anything. But since we're watching this,
well,
someone else who likes to ride the coattails of the Second City Saints had a birthday. I'm wondering, like, what does Kenny Omega taste like?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ace Steel. He's also an unofficial member of the Second City Saints.
Really?
Well, he trained those two. And he picked a side.
All right.
I don't see why people with Phil. It's so weird that both seeing the Briscoes and Phil with not as much ink. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Bunch of babies. He's got Pepsi logos on his pants.
Yeah. Pepsi's gross. Viva Coca-Cola.
Like how heavy straight edge he is about stuff is so, you can see his teeth right here. That's Mark's teeth right there.
Teeth. Okay, maybe I was wrong. It's maybe because of the way he was walking in and he's like biting his lip. So
one dude snarls a little bit and you think he's toothless.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I think of him not having teeth.
That's true. Probably just. What do you mean sounds toothless? Yeah. I don't know. Sounds toothless to me. Way he's talking.
They're telling Phil, yeah, you obviously see that you don't know how to wrestle. So
it's a pretty slow paced match, if I'm being honest. We're 15 minutes in. Not a single fall yet. I wouldn't say that it's like filled with rest holds. I wouldn't say that at all. I don't believe in like the rest hold mentality. And there's been a ton of pin attempts, so it's not like they're not trying and stuff. I'm just really fascinated about the pacing of this match. I think they're doing such a good job, knowing full well that they're going to be out there for a while.
Yeah, but also you need to think too that nowadays with wrestling, you know, every match is laden with like a billion false finishes and stuff. So you figure when you see something like this, there's no hurry. This is not on normal TV. This was probably taped, not live. And you saw it like a couple of weeks later, maybe, right?
The ref fucked up right
there. So
he was not
there's none of that time restraint. The time restraint. You have to have this done in like 10 minutes. You know, like, oh, there's gonna be a commercial break in there. So this is why you're seeing it. It's a different era. Because, you know, I think that anything that you would watch that's not a televised thing. So WWE, you can't count that. But if you're looking at stuff like this, or even to some extent, maybe like some of the old like NWA things, you know, and whatever from around that time, the pacing is slower. It's not boom, 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 self-gratification.
Yeah.
It's a different era. Flippy shit. There's no flippy shit here.
Yeah,
can't
even
go.
I mean, they've done some flips and stuff, and they've definitely like done some springboard stuff over the top. But I feel like that the way they're doing it is not just for the sake of,
Yeah,
and
the
it's not
the
transitional.
gratuitousness of it,
Yeah, it's
and
not gratuitous.
also
It's not transitional. They're all selling
no.
everything they're doing.
Yep. Yeah. It's like you're not seeing everything. Like that's what I couldn't stand yesterday when watching Guevara and
Action.
Action Andretti. Those
That
two
match
were
was
no
so
selling
bad.
each other every other move. It was just
I couldn't believe how
horrible.
bad that match was. That match was so bad that Ricky looked really bad in it. Because
I
Ricky
know.
gave up at a certain point. He started just fucking walking around and dancing on the thing. Jericho looked like an idiot. I was like, you guys, no
I
one cares
wish
about looking like.
I do wish though, because Jericho did grab his trunks. I wish they had a camera on the other side because we would have saw something. That would have been the best part of the match, but whatever.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. We could blame it on the bad camera angles. Now I don't see I don't really buy Phil as a submission guy. Because even look how slow he is to put this together.
Yeah, he wasn't quite sure how it worked.
No. Nope.
He looks like he's trying to do something he saw Daniel Bryan do one time.
Probably. Not be shocked. He's like, oh, well, Claudio did this. You're not Claudio, bro. Yeah. And then Colt's like, here, let someone who knows what they're doing come in.
Yeah, Colt's on the outside like, it doesn't look like you're doing anything. Let me in.
Yeah.
I can't tell what that's supposed to be.
Yeah. Colt's like, look, dude.
What is that?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Oh, Phil, why?
Were the Second City Saints heels at this time? Because I feel like they're working heel.
Yes, I believe. But I don't know, like I said, the only one who really is the heel in the group, Colt's just a jackass. He's not really a heel. He's a jackass.
This was 2004.
They
had to be like 18 at the time, the Briscoes.
Yeah.
20 maybe. I'm trying to think. Let's see, I graduated in 2002 and I graduated at like 17. We're the same age. So they must have been like 19 here.
This Cabanarama is like 24.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good for being so young. Having an actual wrestling match. This makes sense why Ring of Honor was so popular for people who could get it.
Because it was that alternative. It was like real. I mean, there were talented folk who were in that ring.
It was wrestling.
Who were on that roster. It was no joke. That's why it was the indie darling. But now, when you look at it, unfortunately, Sinclair kind of did what they did to it for many years.
Yeah.
But, but it's interesting to me because with Warner Brothers, they're so against the Briscoes. But yet, look at Sinclair and how religious and all that stuff they are,
That
and
timing of that was so good.
Oh,
CM Punk does like an Irish whip to Jay, knocking him into the barricade. And as soon as he stops and launches him, Mark's already coming over the top to land on CM Punk, who does not look like he's waiting to be land on. He looks like he was just beating up somebody else and blindsided. Like that was so good.
Like that. When you don't anticipate it. Like, okay, it's coming. I'm here. You're going to do a tope. I mean, I hate that shit.
Yeah. Realistically, one of the reasons I haven't gone back to watch a ton of Ring of Honor is the only time of Ring of Honor I watched a few episodes when it was the Bucks and Cody over there. And I was like, kind of like not impressed. I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I'm watching. And then the way people talk about Ring of Honor back in the day is the way people talk about a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing in the indies and AEW, the stuff I don't really like now. So it really came off to me like, well, why would I go back and watch it if it's all that kind of like flippy no sell, everybody's waiting, and then you see this and you go, oh, because it wasn't that at all.
What era of the Bucks at Ring of Honor though? Were we talking elite, being the elite Bucks, or are you talking?
I have no fucking clue when being the elite showed up. How would I know when being the elite happened? I remember that Cody had dyed his hair I think it was
But-
right before he dyed his hair blonde.
Basically, the Elite happened when Cody went to Ring of Honor around that time.
It was on my Fight TV app, so I was like, I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched like 2 episodes, and I didn't finish either one. And I was like,
Not
I'm
like
not watching
17th
this.
anniversary, I want to say, maybe.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's what I will say. It was probably then. God, Phil just irritates me. He's not that great. What did people see in him?
I mean, he's definitely better here than he has been ever since here. Like, this is his peak.
Yeah.
This really feels like peak CM Punk. Never better than 2004.
Because he got signed, 2005, maybe?
Something like that.
I think.
I thought it was 06, but I really don't know.
I think.
Let's see.
But when you
Now we
see
got
this,
Jay
it's
coming
very
back in.
interesting. You don't hear you know how the Briscoes, when they wrestle, they would communicate with each other, those like noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hear.
Yeah, I
almost
don't
like
have the sound on at
weird-
all. I can't hear any of
Yeah.
it. So
Oh, okay. Well, I have the sound very, very low. But it's funny because it's like it seems like through the years, they kind of learned how they kind of did that to communicate with each other without people knowing what the hell they're doing. And I think that's brilliant if that's what that was.
And this playlist that we've got that we put in our tweet is really great. There's matches in there that I'm going to watch after this. There's like, I don't remember if I saw the full version of him and his brother fighting in the chicken coop, but that's on the playlist. The dog collar match is on the playlist, and I definitely didn't get to watch that, and I want to. So I'm going to watch that too. Like, I'm definitely going to go through and see a few things that I missed.
I definitely want to see them versus the Kings of Wrestling. And then if you guys don't know who the Kings of Wrestling are, it's Hero and Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for Hero to come back and decide that he wants to wrestle a little bit more, because I have a feeling if he does, he'll do Ring of Honor, and that would be pretty awesome. I miss Chris Hero.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed he hasn't done anything.
Well,
and he's with Rachel Ellering, right?
Yeah. Oh, they've been together for a long time. I love them.
I think they're engaged now. I think I saw.
They've been engaged for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, last time when I saw Hero, because he was doing a seminar, and talking to him, I'm like,
they
so
ripped the turn pad off. It's
Look
those
at that,
big Japanese style turn pads, and they ripped the whole thing off because it doesn't cover the one; it covers the whole thing. And they started. Mark and Colt started throwing it back and forth at each other like it's doing something. I mean, they're not selling it like it's a big weapon, but they're throwing it like they're annoyed at each other. It's so fucking
And you're seeing Mad Colt. You never see Mad Colt.
Yeah.
Okay.
The referee just throws it to the outside. What a shit referee. This referee is not great. Dude, he was not been in the spot to get them out of the ring. Okay. Isn't he an Impact now, that ref?
Todd Sinclair? No.
Is that who that is?
That's who it is. That used to be senior referee, senior official. Paul, that it was Todd Sinclair. Mm-hmm. So Paul Turner was always in his shadow. Paul Turner has always been, I personally thought, was the better of the refs. Todd was horrible. 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 You think you don't like Bryce Remsburg? Oh boy. Oh boy. Still, Aubrey Edwards is on the bottom. But if you were to look like at some of the other ones, you would even say to yourself,
Colt coming in with the hot tag, cleaning house.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get elbows in a minute. Nope, we're gonna.
That ref should not have counted that. His feet were on the ropes.
I know. There you go. Look at that knee.
I'll tell you this: the reffing is more indie-rific than the wrestling.
Yeah,
I mean, this wrestling all makes sense. When their positioning is wrong, the referee's just going, "Fuck it, I'll just count it because I don't want to mess up their spot."
Idiot.
That's an interesting move. Some sort of double
That's why
submission.
you don't do that.
But then Jay kicks CM Punk in the face.
Kind of an idiot. Now you lost.
Package pile driver. 2, 3. Oh, Jay gets the first pinfall against CM Punk. Your shit is weak, Punk. Your shit is weak. Briscoe, 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 Briscoe.
We can't have nice things because of Phil Brooks. Always have been, always will be.
Actually, if I'm being honest, I'm really happy with CM Punk right now. Like, I couldn't be happier with him.
What do you mean? Like in this match, or are you talking?
No, in like his current state. He fucked up so bad that I don't have to suffer through any of his bullshit anymore. No one's posting about him. He's not on
No,
TV.
people post about him. The
Not
only
on my
people who
timeline.
care. Well, the only people who care, it's because I'm so anti him, and I get it all. But the only people who care are like Dax Harwood and
Yeah.
a select
And he
group
just
of
keeps
people.
going. Yeah.
Other than that, no. There's some drama about how they want Phil to come back.
Oh yeah, but he's not coming
Look
back.
at that.
And that's my favorite part about it, about what Punk is right now, is that he's done me the biggest favor, and that was fuck up so
Turn it
bad that I don't
down,
have to deal
Cole.
with him anymore. Fox says, I found the famous Jay versus Mark Briscoe no DQ. Joey Janela approved that one. Top five all indie match for him. Yeah, I think it's in the playlist. Spin Fox. Scroll through that playlist that's on our thing, because
if Janela says it's top 5, I trust that one.
Yeah, it's in that playlist that we had too. I saw that because there was two or three Jay versus Mark matches that I was like, oh shit, and there was no DQ. Ghost Heads Talk podcast coming through saying, hey, what's up, Ghost Heads? What are you drinking? What's in your glass? Thank you for coming through and having a drink with us. We're watching some Jay Briscoe in honor. Obviously, this is the Briscoe brothers versus the Second City Saints, the ROH tag team champions, in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. That was a great sidestep by Colt. Didn't make it look stupid or goofy. We're 28 minutes in. There's a playlist that we've got going on. It's number 40 on the playlist, but you can also just go to American Dragon 98 YouTube if you want to pick up where we're at. 28 minutes and 55 seconds. And after this one, we're going to watch Generico and Steen in a ladder match against the Briscoes for the Ring of Honor tag titles as well. And then at that point, we'll see. We'll see if Splinter Fox finds the match that Mark Briscoe loses his teeth and how long.
That's the one we want to see.
Because we might squeeze that one in. It just depends. Because this is going along pretty smooth. I thought this match was going to feel a lot longer than it feels, I'm going to be honest.
No, because you know why?
Like they're putting space between stuff. They're selling stuff so well that you're seeing the struggle. You're not seeing the move. Like if I could shit on Gargano for another minute.
You always do.
When Gargano gets hit, you can see him crawl to the next spot, and you realize that you're just waiting for his next spot because he's waiting for his next spot, and you can see him doing that. Where with this one, you're not seeing any of that. People are where they are because that's where they landed.
And I think it helps that it's not laden with tons of cameras.
Yeah, this looks like a fight. It looks like a wrestling match.
Really horrible, fucked up angles.
Yeah.
That show you too much.
Yeah, a lot of floor cam.
Yeah.
Because it's even, I don't know if I'd go so far to say it looks like a fight, but it looks like a wrestling match. You know what I mean? Because it's very technical. This is kind of like Ciampa Thatcher-like. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
This is like what you would expect PWG to be. This is PWG. Like,
yeah,
this is. And where is Phil? Just like usual, nowhere to be found. Totally unreliable. Not a good friend.
He never had Colt's back. You can tell in this match.
Oh, and still, even to that day, Colt still didn't have a butt. No peaches, Estaki.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think
this is really good.
I actually know. This is like right before Colt started sewing his own gear.
Colt makes his own gear now?
Colt's been making his own gear. Where have you been? All of Colt's gear, except for some of his jackets, Colt sews his singlets himself. Has been for years.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does he have a machine or does he do it by hand?
He has a machine, dude. Yeah.
Well, it's not like he's on TV very much. He's got plenty of time to make all the tights he wants.
Rude.
What? I don't book him. You're gonna say it like it's my decision. Dude hasn't been on TV in 7 months. You're gonna tell me he doesn't have time to hand sew something?
You know what? I'm gonna go there. Okay. This is where I'm under the belief that Tony Khan was told by a certain person who used to be a tag team partner, who right now looks like he's nowhere to be found. Okay. Again. That's why. Further proof. Look at this. Colt's getting the shit beat out of him. And where's Punk? Nowhere to be found. Yep. Just like in the lawsuit. Oh, yeah, you're on your own, buddy. Bye. Yeah.
I know it's classic wrestling concept to go fall for fall for a 2 out of 3 falls match. So it's 1-1 and then a tiebreaker. I'll be honest, like, I like when they don't go to the third fall. I like when it's 2 in a row.
I do too.
Or even Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. It's still one of my favorite matches of all time. I want to rewatch that one too, as a matter of fact. Like, they didn't even get a fall in the Iron Man match. They had to extend the match to get a fall. So it was a 1-fall match. Second fall, Colt gets it on Jay Briscoe.
Because why?
1 for 1.
Of course, who gets the pin? Of course, who does?
We still don't have Punk. Punk hasn't been in the match for over 10 minutes.
You don't even know where he is.
No idea where he is. Motherfucker's probably going to Pepsi at concessions.
Probably.
I don't know if Twitter was around in 2004, but he's tweeting.
Who knows?
Bitching about something.
He's probably sitting there like bitching to somebody or cheating with someone, stealing someone's girlfriend, because he did that a lot. These are back in the days when Colt used to have to clean up all the poo, as he normally did. But let me just, the book here is very interesting because to see what they've evolved into, it's incredible, because you wouldn't think, like, if you didn't know, he's like, where's my tag team partner, Todd? What the hell?
So funny the way Mark Briscoe's distracting the referee.
Hello, help me.
So good. He just like literally pulls him to the side and like tells him to come look at this thing over here. And the ref's like, hold on, what are you trying to get me to look at? And just like keeps just looking.
Tom Sinclair is horrible. Horrible.
Not only was he bad at it, but like Mark did a pretty bang up job of trying to make it look like something that it wasn't. It was so good.
Yeah, no, look. It's a dragon. No, it's not. Oh, sorry.
I was refereeing a match once. It was like a 3-on-3, and they were supposed to distract me so people could team up on the guy behind me. And I literally had to walk over.
Typical. I'm reaching my hand out for you, and you're gone.
There's still no Punk, dude. This has been all Colt for over half the match.
Oh, Lord. I forgot that this was like a lot of Colt.
But I had to walk over to the heel corner and tell them, you guys are supposed to distract me somehow. And they're like, well, just look at us. And I was like, try to get in the ring or something so I can try to stop you. And they're like, no, it's cool. Just look at me for a couple more minutes. And I was like, just try and get in.
Like, sitting there thinking, why me? Why me?
If it wasn't at a swap meet, I'd have been a lot more
annoyed.
Look,
there he is.
Oh, good. He showed up.
Piece of shit.
Colt spits his gum out.
Where'd he come from? Nobody knows where this came from. That's what
says it happened.
Where did he come from?
He says it's in a field where the match was held at. I think when he lost his teeth.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. So it's tied up. We got 10 minutes left in the match, although they don't know that, right? But 1-1. Colt in there with Jay.
Injury?
Who? Punk?
Punk's trying to be babyface.
Oh, yeah. And he's trying to get the crowd to clap
behind you, dude, clapping. Because why you abandoned your partner?
He even left Ring of Honor as a heel, really, with that whole like Summer of Punk thing and leaving for WWE, but keeping the ROH title. That was all like, it's pretty heelish to do to a company like Ring of Honor. Yeah. Those rabid fans, as they say.
I'm
sure people say that.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Colt was selling this jersey, this singlet recently.
Really?
Philip, would you reach your arm out? Quit trying to pump the crowd up. Can you save your friend?
Why does he keep holding his neck? What kind of injury is a neck injury to sell?
I don't know.
Ooh, that was good. Mark running over there and giving an old elbow to
Okay.
Punk, who slowly falls as though he was punched by mud.
And then here's Colt. God damn it. He's so useless. Why can't I tag with someone else? Took him years till he started tagging with like Generico.
You know, also shout out to Colt on this one. None of this shit's been comedy at all. Even when he was starting off almost more like I'd almost say like a Kofi Kingston style, where it's like you're jovial and you're happy and you're having a good time and you're excited about the match, but you're not like actually just doing comedy. You're kind of dancing a little bit, kind of what he was doing as he was stretching out. But as the match has been going on, he's just been more and more serious throughout.
Nope.
He hasn't done any comedy things. Is this before he started doing the Superman pin?
Yep, way before. He didn't start doing the Superman pin until probably look at that, his springboard moonsault.
That's springboard.
So crap. Well, Philip,
are they gonna have CM Punk? Punk is gonna come in and get the pin and get the victory. It's gonna be so bullshit. Everyone, I know. I'm watching this match too. Everyone talking about how CM Punk's one of the greatest workers. And all I see is 3 dudes out of 4 working their ass off in this match for the whole match. Punk has been out of this match for over half of it.
God,
of course, he's coming in with a ton of energy.
Just sloppy.
Yeah,
sloppy.
He's not real clean.
That was mostly.
This is dumb. That was a dumb spot. He's got trying to do like a Russian leg sweep and a DDT, which made no sense and made everyone else in the match look like morons to make it fit. Maybe that's why people like Punk. He was the beginning of a lot of the things that I don't like in wrestling. The forced spots that look unnatural. Yeah, but wouldn't it be cool though? Wouldn't it be cool if? Yeah.
I agree. Well, that was sloppy.
Backbreaker. Yeah, but Mark
sold it. Horrible.
It was not on at all, but Mark sold it like it was killer.
Well, of course, Mark sold it.
Oh, what a great kick. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm like, I mean, I know I'm already biased, but I'll tell you, as unbiased as I can be, Punk is the worst person in this match by a lot.
Did I not say on episode 1 that it was always said? Yeah.
Oh, nice near fall there. Yep. Mark's waiting for Punk to get up.
That of the 2 of them, everybody always said that Cabana was the better wrestler of the 2 of them. So that's since episode 1.
Yeah, there's a good chance this referee's a better wrestler than Punk.
You're taking that a little too far.
Probably not as good cardio, but
no. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm like, how the hell did? Oh, okay. Jay pulled him out of the ring.
Look at that too. Punk's also punking out his opponent too by keeping his back turned to his opponent for that long.
Well, why is Punk all winded? You haven't been doing anything, buddy.
Yeah, but have you ever taken a nap and you wake up and you're still kind of tired? He was gone for so long in that match. He's probably tired from sleeping. You know what I mean? Like when you oversleep and you're really tired, that's kind of how he's wrestling.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do anything, so now he's exhausted.
You want to hear a sad fact? Those metal things that are on the barricades, up until Tony Khan bought them, they still use those.
What are you talking about? Metal things on what?
Those metal things on the barricades that they're pounding.
What metal things? Those are just barricades. What are you talking about?
No, the barricades, the ROH signs.
Those are metal.
Those are
signs?
metal.
Oh.
Yeah, they're metal that they put on the barricades.
Okay.
They put it. They have holes in it that are drilled in, and they put zip ties to hold onto the.
Oof! Springboard there. Couple of high flippy floppy spots that didn't quite make sense, but you got to get it in there because it's the end of the night.
When Cabana does 2 of them damn moonsaults in a match, a goddamn good match. I remember there's one in particular that's I think I've talked about it before. One of my favorite Cabana matches, the Iron Man match with Jay Lethal, where for the end of the match, he was going to hit the Sayu moonsault, but he timed it wrong and he did it too early. He was like, fuck. And then he had to do it again. And he was on like upper legs and he barely did it. He said he couldn't walk for like, he had a hard time walking for like a week afterwards because his body was so sore. His legs were like jello by the end of that. God. Why is he selling this neck injury?
Yeah. Everyone's getting back in the ring now.
Why is he so slow? Oh, that's right. He had to move. What's up with like trademark?
What do you mean the trademark? Ooh,
Like, there's a lot of
God, that was a
trademark
hell of a neck
violation.
breaker by Colt. I've always hated the double pin. I know that we do that sometimes, but where you have one person from each team member pinning at the same time and the ref tries to do both. Like,
Oh
I
no!
get it, sort of
Get
makes
down,
sense.
Colt.
That looked like
Colt.
that looked bad. Colt looked like he
What
had it.
doing?
That looked like he was bad. That was definitely a 3 count, but they're calling it 2 because Punk wasn't where he was supposed to be on time.
No, Punk hit him, but he hit him almost too late.
He hit him definitely too late and barely at all.
Yeah.
And then Punk did a flagrant, as Michael Cole would say, wildly misses with a clothesline at point blank distance and still misses way over his head.
Oh no!
Spin Fox found a video about them talking about the missing teeth. Maybe we're getting closer to knowing when that was.
Ooh, I want to watch that.
Punk is doing some sort of a pedigree looking thing.
Look how it's
Yep,
interesting. That's
pedigree.
his Pepsi plunge.
Pepsi plunge. 2
Yeah.
and 3. Punk gets the Pepsi plunge on Mark Briscoe
What?
for the 3rd fall.
But why did he get the freaking the winning pinfall?
Because he's Punk, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Punk, I'm Punk."
And look at fucking Cabana. Cabana's like just laying there, like I'm like dead, dude.
Yeah, because Colt Cabana was in a match for a long time, and Colt and
Mhm.
Punk's all like, "I don't know, man. I just pulled up. Seems like you're
My
doing some
neck
stuff."
hurts. My neck hurts. Oh, my neck hurts.
My
And
neck,
Colt's
my neck.
and Colt's just like, my
He's like-
body hurts, you asshole.
Punk's all like, "My back, my neck." No, let's pull up the other one. Let's pull up Briscoes versus El Generico and Kevin Steen Ladder War 2007. This should be a toothless
still
mark
over.
according to
What's
Spinner
going on
Fox.
here?
I stopped it. I'm not watching the aftermatch. That's bullshit. I don't need to see CM Punk celebrating. Turn it off. Go to number 31. Briscoes versus El Generico.
Celebrating.
Fuck, Colt Cabana celebrating. He's a loser. He didn't even win it. He doesn't think that there's video of it on the internet at the moment. October 26th at an indie event held in the ECW arena.
Oh, you watch
Video in the chat if you want to play it with audio before this match. Yeah, send me the link. Let me see if I can pull it up. How's there not video on the internet of it, but you have a link for the video? That isn't
audio.
Yeah.
Is that what he said? I don't know.
Oh my god, I have to type it in.
Well, you could have told me. I could have kept watching. Like,
no, we're not watching it.
Okay.
What does the matter with you?
I don't ever get to see Colt Cabana wrestle.
All right, hold on.
Colt Cabana winning a match?
But his wrestling was over. He already wrestled. YouTube.
Oh, I know, but you know, to celebrate in the victory, I don't know. Because let me ask you, did Colt Cabana win that? Did he win that?
About them talking about it, not the match. I'm not going to play them talking about them.
No. I'm asking you. When you went to the championship wrestling show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Colt did not win the Battle Royal, right?
No, he didn't win it, no.
No. See, I never get to see Colt win. I never get nice things.
Yeah, he's a jobber.
Although...
When was the last time you won a match? It's not on me. I don't book him. You keep saying it like I book him.
I don't book him either. I tried to get him booked. Maybe I'm a shitty agent. I don't know. But I will say, on the Jericho cruise last time, my heart was so full because he won every match, and I was like, Colt, when do I ever get to see you wrestle when you win all the matches? And he goes, I don't think that's ever happened. I go, exactly. What the fuck? Yeah.
Do you have the Briscoes versus El Generico and Kevin Steen pulled up? Ladder War
I do. Ladder War
2007.
2007.
The channel on this one is Rate the Wrestling. They have 5.23K subscribers, so much better than the American Dragon 98. But we are going to watch Briscoes versus El Generico and Kevin Steen in Ladder War 2007. Post Mark losing his teeth.
This could have been, this looks like Frontier Fieldhouse, Chicago.
I'll take a look and tell you where it was at. You ready to go? I'm going to do it in the chat again as well because Splinter Fox needs to know. Splinter Fox, I hope you've pulled it up. Rate the Wrestling, the Briscoes versus El Generico and Kevin Steen, Ladder War 2007. We're going to watch another Briscoes match. And Kevin Steen talked about how important Jay was to his career and his trajectory of his career. And the first big match that they had was against the Briscoes. And to see that there's a number of matches here, it's amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. So let's see. I've got 3 in the chat. 2 in the chat. He goes, I seen it 10 out of 10 the way they use the ladder. Oh, that's pretty good. 1 in the chat. Now I'm typing out the word play. Are you ready? And play. Whoa. There's already a match being thrown around, or a ladder being thrown around. What's going on here? It's already pandemonium. No entrances or nothing. They're just going at it.
Man, Steen Barnesiglen.
Ole, 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 ole. I was looking at my El Generico DVD that he used to sell when he was on the Indies, and there was no Briscoes on it. I was surprised. I wonder if it all belonged to Ring of Honor and he was only using non-Ring of Honor stuff.
I think so.
Yeah. Man, he just took a chair to the fucking head, Generico.
And Steen just took one to the face.
Took one to the face. Yep.
Hi, Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
Now we have more tattoos.
Yep, more tattoos. Less teeth. Oh, jeez.
Good God. Holy crap.
Right to the face there, too. These guys
that dude is just sitting down. There's a dude.
And these are those hard plastic ones, too. Oh, and now that one just broke against his head.
Okay. My biggest pet peeve is when people don't move and they just sit there.
Yes.
Yeah, at least these people, that poor little kid looking around said, okay to look.
Yeah. I'm at 120. Where are you at?
132.
125.
Oh,
it rang a commercial for me real quick. So 130, 131, 132.
All right. Where are you?
137, 138, 139. Jeez, they just flung Generico into a bunch of chairs. Rows of chairs.
I know. Holy crap.
And those are those hard ones, the hard plastic ones, not the metal ones, but like the thick plastic.
No mercy. Now look at him. Look at. Holy crap.
Was Mark or Jay the first one to get a bunch of tattoos? I haven't seen a good shot of their face yet. But look how jacked they are, too. Delaware boys.
Well, that's when they started getting jacked. Because from scrawny to...
I think Mark's with Steen. Yep. Because he's got no teeth.
Why does he look like he doesn't have teeth?
Because he doesn't have teeth. He lost them the year before.
Oh, duh.
So Jay's the one all tatted up with Generico.
Yeah.
Ooh, low blow.
Holy God, Kevin.
Oh, my God. Boom. Right on the nose of the fucking chair.
Damn, the way they sell these chair shots, holy man. All of them. Don't walk El Generico like a dog.
Yep. Walk him like a dog.
Walking him like a dog.
Over the barricade.
Man, those are awful, like late 90s looking tattoos.
Yeah.
The
generic
tribal.
like Goldberg tribal stuff.
Yep. Damn.
Dude,
fists.
Jericho's like a baby face.
Oh,
because Jericho's still a bigger boy for sure, but he definitely doesn't have like the baby fat anymore. And you can see it, like his cheeks are puffy here. Oh man.
Blood.
Jay's
Well, I'm
busted
surprised it
open
took
on the side of the head. Yeah,
I'm
that's
surprised
true.
it took this long. They're throwing everything, like all these chairs. Okay, who are these guys
Yeah.
who think they're too cool for school? Wearing ski
Yeah.
masks.
Oh, Kevin Steen eating someone's popcorn. So funny.
Classic Kevin Steen. Oh my God, vintage Sarah Del Rey shirt right there in the front row.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Generico winding up with a chair right on the head of Jay, who's already bleeding.
Ouch.
Good Lord. This is fucking brutal.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Generico in those classic boots. To see Sammy still wearing the same style boot after all these years. Real cool. Mark telling the crowd to make way so he can do something crazy. And then Mark jumps up and does something crazy, does a cutter to Steen.
My goodness.
Jeez. Generico jumping off the ladder. This match is crazy.
Holy shit.
It's crazy, too, because Splinter Fox has 10 out of 10 on their use of the ladder. They haven't even used the ladder yet, and I'm already like, this is brutal.
Wait till you...
Oh, Generico getting the ladder.
Here we go.
Ole, 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 ole. Ole, ole.
Oh.
Generico reversing.
Oh.
Jay reversing. And look at, now they're not in the tights. They're in, the Briscoes are in, like,
the shorts.
Kind of fancy basketball shorts, really.
Yeah.
With, like, high socks, but they're still wearing wrestling boots.
Yep.
They're starting to look a little bit
I
more
always wonder
comfortable.
if with Sami Zayn, if like his boots or some of them are still some of the same ones from back in the day.
I wonder that too sometimes.
Because I know Ricky is like that, and a couple other wrestlers are like that. Colt stopped using lace-up boots because he started getting lazy, and he'll even tell you that. So when you see him with like, because his are all Velcro.
Jake the Snake never liked having tie-up boots.
Yeah.
He used to wrestle in cowboy boots for a long time.
Yeah.
But I know Becky still wrestles in boots that she had in like 2015 or 2014.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that because they're expensive, but it's like get used to them. It's not like basketball where they wear out a pair of shoes or two a game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, or like hockey, they just replace the blades.
God, I hit another fucking commercial. I'm in the wrong account.
Well, we hardly seen the ladder in play, and you know,
I didn't see any commercial before. All right, I'm back in at 6:20.
How are you getting commercials? I'm just getting these like things that are on my screen.
Oh no, I'm getting the ads, but I didn't log into my account that has the ad-free version.
Okay, what?
And I didn't get any ads in the last match. It was 47 matches. Ooh.
Yeah. Did
right
you see
into
the ladder spot?
Yep, I'm at 645.
Okay, I'm gonna wait.
647, 648, 649, 650.
There we go.
651. Yep. Generico setting up ladder. Where's
Steen?
Steen?
Right into the. I don't know what the piece of the ladder is, but
that little bar.
Yeah, the bar.
So, what do you think of Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal?
You know, I was saying earlier, I thought that was probably like one of the best Jay Lethal matches since he's been in AEW. I think it was a great tribute. I thought it was a very excellent match. I kind of lost it. I'm not gonna lie. When at the beginning of the match, when Lethal started crying, I lost it.
Yeah, Lethal was having a hard time. I was surprised at Mark being able to keep it together as well as he did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't know how someone's going to grieve. And, oof, my God. When I lost two friends very, very close, like brothers to me. Not an actual brother, but could have been, you know. That was an amazing springboard drop kick.
Yeah, that was amazing. Holy shit.
Really well placed.
And
I also
What's
like that this
also
is an
nice-
indie show, so they don't have 30 different ladders. They just have the one ladder that has to work, so they're not destroying it. Like, I love that.
They probably have another maybe ladder or two.
Yeah, exactly.
I
They
was
have
right.
maybe one other
It's
ladder.
Chicago Ridge. I was right.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I've been there. My
Steen
first
grabbing
ever
him.
live Ring
That was
of
a
Honor
great
match
shot.
was there.
But just a couple years ago, my really close friend that I always thought of like a brother, because he saved my life in a lot of ways, he passed away, and it didn't hit me till I was there, and we were putting him in the ground. I even did our show that week. You know what I mean? And on that weekend, I went up and did it and took care of it. So you just don't know how someone's going to handle something. I know for me, I've lost a lot of people, and almost always I hear that they're gone, and I just say, okay. And then I move forward. And then once I get there, that's when I allow all of that to process. So I wonder if just because it's only been a week, if he hasn't even really processed a lot of it. And it was all like, yeah, I'll do it. I want to do a tribute match for him. And I wonder if later it's going to hit real hard for him and he takes a little bit of a break. But I don't know.
His funeral's this weekend.
Yeah.
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 So, but it was
I thought the
very
match was great.
When he was talking into the camera, I think that was great.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they didn't cut away from that.
Yeah.
But what I also really liked seeing was the majority of the people who came out, because usually when someone passes, and I felt this way about Brody.
Oh God.
God.
Generico just taking the brunt of that ladder. He's selling the
shit
out of it.
Oh,
yeah. You better hope they got another ladder. There's nothing left of that ladder. My God.
Yeah.
Anybody who's just tuning in, I just saw we got another viewer come through. We are 10 minutes into the Briscoes versus El Generico and Kevin Steen at Ladder War 2007. We're doing a bit of a watch along with some Jay Briscoe. Oh, look at that. Jay's trying to put the ladder back together enough to climb it because he's like, shit, what are we going to do? They find another ladder.
If you didn't know, you would have thought that ladder was one of those ones that like kind of fold, in half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those gorilla ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, then they went through that same one again.
And then guess what happened? I got an ad,
it.
right? I don't know what happened.
An ad?
The an ad came.
Yeah, well, don't talk shit about me and my ads. All right, I'll pause it right at 10:50.
Okay.
I'm at 10:51. So you tell me when you're at 10:51, I'll hit play.
All right, I'm at 42, 45, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52.
All right, we're on track. Grim Reaper coming through saying, hi, hey, Grim, we're doing some Briscoe Brothers watch along. We're talking a little bit about the AEW Dynamite tribute. Right now, we're watching the Briscoes versus El Generico, Kevin Steen at Ladder War 2007. If you go to our Twitter, you can see where I posted the playlist of 170 something. 170.
Oh, those are Confederate flag shorts.
I noticed that too, and I didn't say anything quite yet because I remember there was a period of time where their gimmick was that they were like racist Southern boys.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah. What was their gimmick? It's not who they actually were. Like they were doing it to get
what you got to do. I get it.
Yeah, I mean the same way that Sam Adonis doesn't actually hate Mexico. It's part of
the
deal.
I know.
He might hate Mexico. The way he talks about it, he might. Oh my God.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, no. I was saying about the before I got mad that I finally got an ad when good action was happening.
Yeah.
I was really impressed that a lot of the people who came out were actually Ring of Honor alum and people who had worked with him, rather than you had the whole locker room when Brody Lee died. Because again, that's another part that felt really forced was, you had everybody out there, and I'm glad that the people there were a lot of them who worked with these guys and they were out there, like the Bucks, and you saw, then like Trent Beretta was like walking out there, and you saw BJ Whitmer came out, obviously Sanjay,
like I get it,
I
get why, but I do think that it would have been nice into showing of what makes Sammy's so good. What makes AEW different and special? It would have been nice to see some GCW guys out there to see a Nick Gage, to see a Janela, to see Juicy or Jacob Fatu out there, just people who aren't there, to bring him out just so they could be there for that and be there for Mark. That would have been really nice. But I also get that there's a lot of reasons why you can't and shouldn't and won't.
There's a lot of political bullshit, and
I know.
you can't.
I just would like to see all that go away. The same way that it would be nice when WWE does tribute stuff. If you saw people like at Legends Night or Raw 30, DDP showed up. That was the only AEW person. It'd have been nice to see Arn there. You know what I mean? It'd have been nice to see a few of the AEW signed people. It'd have been nice to see Billy Gunn there, for the DX segment. Although they did a really good job without him, but those are just like the moments and things that you just wish that the companies could say, "Hey, it's really not about that tonight." You know what I mean?
It's a pissing match.
It always is.
Oh
my God, the Briscoes love Jericho.
Oh my God.
This has just become a little bit of a highlight thing, the way that they've started flipping the screen a little bit. But it's still like fucking incredible.
Ow. My God, my back is killing me.
Generico looks so scrawny here. He's such a little kid.
Yeah.
And Kevin looks so fluffy, like a little kid. They're just little babies.
So fluffy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's so fluffy.
But yeah, Generico and Steen against the Briscoe brothers in the Ladder War 2007. 14 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Favorite referee, Todd Sinclair.
Is it him again? Oh, powerbomb over the top onto the outside. It looked like it protected him so well.
Metal barricades. They were there in 2004. They're here in 2007. And I can tell you for a fact, in 2019, they were there too. Thanks, Bully Ray. My niece has a little scar.
The same metal signs?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're gone. I wonder what Ring of Honor is going to look like at the next show. What with because AEW's got that whole facelift to look like WWE Facebook show.
I don't know. I could have told you what it would look like in person had I known the tickets went on sale.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And they sold them earlier.
Oh, this is so great. Kevin's having a hard time getting up the ladder. Generico is fighting off with Jay. Oh my God, Jay shoves Generico into the ladder. The spill Steen took.
Oh Lord.
Ooh, that looked like it looked like Generico landed on his head, except for the fact he popped back up.
Ooh.
This is crazy.
I need another drink. This is just intense.
What do you mean? Does that mean you're pausing it to get another drink?
No, I'm keeping it live. I have the sound on.
Okay, yeah, grab another drink.
Yep, I'm grabbing another drink because I'm grabbing another drink.
Yeah, get another drink. I'm trying to like savor mine because I want more, but I don't want to get up.
I know, but this is just, oh my God. Hold on.
I know. I wish this Splinter Fox did find that other match. Now I want to see one more. One more time. Jay Briscoe using the ladder on Steen and Generico till Generico grabs it, smacks him in the face with it. Oh.
Okay. Now I'm getting all these ads.
You just got another ad?
Yes, I got 2 ads.
Oh my God. Dude, Generico sells so incredible.
I know. He is like God. Where are you at right now?
1640.
Oh, I'm here. I'm right at you. I must have been ahead of you.
Okay, so I'm pushing play now. I'm at 1642. Where are you at?
I'm at, hold on, 1654.
Yeah. Yep. As soon as you said 54, I saw 54. So
okay.
Yeah, are you back yet or no?
Kind of, sort of.
All right. Well.
2 seconds.
Yeah, this is incredible. I could definitely see if I had access to Ring of Honor during this time frame that I could have gotten real sucked into this. Because this is also right around the time frame that I was not watching as much. I was really going away from it, and I would flip around and I would never see much else. You
would never have seen this.
I wouldn't have. I was never keen to or aware of the tape trading scene, the internet forums. I was never aware of any of that. I knew about some AOL e-feds for a period of time in which I played X-Pac. That's it. I didn't know about. I had a couple random magazines that I would get at the grocery store, like a PWI or a wrestler. But I would like look through it and read it and be like, I don't know who any of these people are. And I would just kind of like move on. I wouldn't get the next one. So like, I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, this is around the time when I think I was watching WWE. Because I feel like around this time, it was John Cena, Echo Jort's time.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, feels about right. Spinner Fox does say the Bucks, man, they took it hard. Love them or hate them, they even forgot their belts that night after Jay passed. When the belts helped start AEW, they wanted two teams: Lucha Brothers, the Briscoe Bros, the Lucha Bros, and the Briscoe Bros. But then the controversy didn't allow it to happen. Yeah, I mean,
I was hoping for this year at Supercard of Honor, because it was in LA, seeing the Briscoes versus the Bucks. Only because it was in LA.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I know the first time I saw the Briscoes at GCW, I just became enamored, like obsessed. Like, why are they not on every wrestling show? Like, this is, what are you talking about? Like, and seeing their names on any given show was the reason for me to go.
Mm-hmm. Man, too bad.
Spinnerbox says Young Marsh and Old Marsh, only WWE. Dude, I didn't have access. I didn't know about access. Like, was unaware.
Whoa, is that ladder broken or someone?
Whoa. The ladder is real wonky. Ooh. Generico shoves it out from under him. I remember seeing TNA DVDs when they were coming out and just thinking it was just too expensive for me to buy all the DVDs because it was pay-per-view only. Like, it wasn't that I was never willing to watch or check it out, but I just was not exposed to it the same way. Oh, that's cool. The ladder broke, so they found a ladder in the back and they're trying to bring the fans to bring it to them. That's incredible. That's incredible. So incredible. That feels so real.
They are like, oh, like
the fans are bringing it over, like 7 or 8 of them at one time, carrying it. He's smiling.
In the football jersey, man, he ran back there to be a part of this action, to carry that ladder.
You weren't there, but I was at a GCW show where Speedball Mike Bailey was in a match against Ninja Mac. And Ninja Mac ended up on a table underneath this big ledge. And Speedball wanted to climb up the wall into where this ledge was to see if he could walk across it. And there was a ladder nearby, and he pointed at it.
When you were holding it?
Yeah, and so I was all like, "What?" And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I realized what he was trying to do, and I grabbed it, and I put it up, and then I held the ladder for him, so he climbs up, and I'm holding it. Like, if you watch the replay, I'm just down there, like, and then he gets up over, and then when he comes back, I have it set up a little bit better for him to come down, and then when he gets down, I go and I put it back where it went. But it was just like, it felt like the coolest thing because it felt like you're part of this big moment. So I can only imagine that all these people see the Briscoes, this match is going on, and the Briscoes are like, all of our ladders are broken. What about that one? I could just imagine being in the crowd being like, oh my God, I can help him with this. Like, he's going to win because of me, like.
I'll say this. Me and Ring of Honor with ladder matches, I have a little bit of I guess I have a lot of PTSD because that's what killed Ring of Honor.
Ladders?
Yep. The one in Madison Square Garden, the 3-way ladder match.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When ROH made the biggest, that's what killed the night that ROH died. I like to call it.
Yeah, I still have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, you can keep talking vague all you want, or you could just say what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you had the whole Big Cass and Enzo run in at the Supercard of Honor with the big one in Madison Square Garden. Yeah. And then the ladder match with Lethal versus Squirrel versus Taven. Yeah. Taven should never have been in that match. 1 and 2, it should never have been a ladder match because Marty is afraid of heights, and you can see it some points he's gripping on that ladder like, I do not want to fall off this thing.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Steen
God.
putting
Is Kevin
Jay
Steen
through the
dead?
ladder in a package pile driver.
Guess what happened?
And I hit an ad. Spinner Fox
I did
says
too.
ECW. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Skip ads. I'm at 22, 48, 49,
I'm at
50.
2250.
50
52.
push play. All right. Spinner Fox says ECW always have a little place in my heart. They open the door for me to watch all wrestling, not just WWF, like it should be all wrestling. The console,
Oh my
just
God,
like the console wars is stupid. Just play video games. Yeah, and to be honest, ECW was the only other one I was able to get a hold of.
the way Generico is, the way he was
which-
climbing up the ladder. Oh my God.
Which, by the way, I only got a hold of ECW when it went to Spike, so it wasn't even what it was. Like, it was already becoming a diluted version, right? And I never missed ECW, and I thought it was the greatest thing. I remember when ECW took over Raw, and I thought it was the coolest thing, and I was a little nerd trying to pretend I knew what I was seeing, but I had no fucking clue. And I was like piecing it all together in my mind.
Jericho, you're so lanky. How
Yeah.
can you miss stuff?
Sweet Fox says I would never seen a young AJ Styles Joe could go on or on Tyler Black. Yeah, actually, Kevlar was able to catch TNA for a while, and so he really liked AJ Styles, and that's why he watched so much of TNA when he finally watched it. So when he showed up at the Rumble, he like lost his mind. He was like, "Oh my God!" Jeez, Jay about to pile drive Generico through another ladder. These guys are insane.
All right, I'm ahead of you. Where are you?
I am at 24, 13, 14, 15, 16,
okay.
17.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Spinner Fox,
Look at
Bam Bam
his
versus Taz. Dude, so much of ECW I liked. And then it went from Spike to another channel. I think it was like TNN. It was on the Country Channel for a little bit. And then, yeah, it was a weird thing. And then it was on Sci-Fi for a hot minute. And it started to get to the point where it's like, where the fuck is this thing?
Damn.
This is cool to see Jay and Steen doing the punching back and forth spot that Steen and Generico do to this day. I like the way that they're selling these punches too, and you can see them hit. Like they're not selling like they're being knocked out. They're selling like I'm going to out punch you. Like,
yeah, I'm going to punch you off this ladder.
Yeah. Jeez, that last one. Oh, and then Steen goes down, and the Briscoe's up there, Jay up there, grabbing the titles, unhooks one. They're stuck together, unhooks the second one, and now he's trying to figure out why it's tied together, and he's shaking them.
You're like, God damn it.
He's like, what the fuck do we do? You just hope you... Oh, now he's just like, they're tied in a knot, and he's looking around like, what the fuck is this? Yanking on them. Oh my God, they're stuck together. They tied them together to the leather up on the top, so they won't even come apart. This is silly.
Uh-oh.
And then look at who's coming up. Steen's coming back up because he's all like, I don't know what to do. And so Jay fucking punches him.
Fuck this shit. Like, this is not like, fair.
Yeah, Steen's like, I can't stay down here forever. Jay gets one. He gets one undone. He holds it up. The crowd goes wild. Steen falls off.
Like,
Streamers. You know, he's yanking on the last one, trying to get it down for his brother. Yeah, it stops. That's funny. The next video that said I was going to play was the Briscoe brothers on Fox TV, Columbus, Ohio. They're doing weather.
No.
So funny.
What is this? There's some weird ones in here.
Yeah.
Age of the Fall. Wasn't Age of the Fall Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black? Yes, it was, I believe.
Oh, I was trying to figure out who some of these people were. Some of the tag names, you know what I mean?
We know who Red Dragon is. We know who Motor City Machine Guns.
The fact they have a fucking 8-minute match with Rock and Roll Express is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just cool. They have a match against AJ Styles and Amazing Red. Briscoes versus Amazing Red and AJ. Like, what?
What the hell?
Briscoes
Holy
Brothers
shit.
versus the Headbangers. Like,
Wow.
Briscoes versus Samoa Joe and Homicide.
Violent by Design. Violent by Design, I think. Who is that? That's that was last year. So that was
Wasn't that Malachi?
That was Vincent and somebody else, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Vincent and the guy.
Was it Tyler Bateman? I don't know.
Yeah. It's just, who's the SAT? Joel, Jose, and Will Maximo. Yeah, there's just a lot in here. Jay versus Jay Briscoe versus Jay White. There's some one-on-ones. Jay Briscoe versus Nigel McGuinness. Jay Briscoe versus Kevin Steen one-on-one.
Naito and Bushi.
Kenny Omega and Kenny King versus the Briscoes.
That's a weird tag team.
I'm just saying they're all here. Rhett Titus and Kenny King against the Briscoes and Kenny. Like,
well,
there's so much here.
That was when they were ANX, I think.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Spirit Fox does say it's a shame that some people have never seen these matches because they're stuck in their WWE bubble. I mean, that's a twofold thing. You know, I think what draws people to WWE is that it's the outside the match stuff. It's the way we get to the match. And I think that when you see stuff like this, it's just the match. Like, sometimes the stories are there, yeah, but sometimes they're not. I can't sit down all day and just watch match after match after match without having some sort of story bringing me there, you know? But you watch these ones and you realize that these guys were so good at telling that story in ring that it takes very little for them to get you to that point, you know, especially the Briscoes. And then he also says, Spirit Fox says, when a good tag team left WWE, it seemed like they wanted to face them boys. And yeah, that's what I was looking at when I was going through this. Like, 2003, Jay Briscoe versus Mark Briscoe.
Yep.
Briscoe Brothers versus the world's greatest tag team.
Whoa. Flip Gordon and Jushin Thunder Liger?
Yes, that was one I meant to tell you that I saw there. That was just, I mean, that's insane.
Yeah. I'm loving some of these Noah ones, though. Some of the combinations are great with these Noah ones. You've got Kenta and Taiji Ishimori versus the Briscoes.
Yeah.
I mean, sick as shit. Let's see.
Look at this one. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Chris Sabin versus Jay Briscoe in a 4-corner survival match.
Yeah, who's the odd man in that one? Chris Sabin.
Insane.
Look at this. Matt Tremont and Nick Gage versus the Briscoes.
War Machine versus the Briscoes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all the years that I've actually seen War Machine versus the Briscoes in person. Fucking amazing, because I love War Machine. I mean, who doesn't?
Briscoes versus Homicide in Kingston.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and then we've got
Good Brothers versus Briscoes. Like, it's all like they're there, man. It's all in here. So guys, go to our Twitter, WOTR the show. The playlist is down there. There's 172 Jay Briscoe matches, and there's not a bad one in here.
No, if you can't find one that suits your fancy, you're an idiot and you should not be watching wrestling.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that. I mean, hell, I mean, some of these ones in here, it's just like, are you kidding me? Like, you get the Addiction versus, you know, the Briscoes. You get, Roderick Strong and Austin Aries versus the Briscoes. I mean, you get, like, Kota Ibushi, you know, and Marufuji. Holy shit, that's one I want to watch. Marufuji and fucking Kota Ibushi versus the Briscoes.
Yeah. Finding this playlist was so cool to me that as soon as I found it, I sent it to you and said, we're picking off this list. This is amazing.
Yeah.
You said, if we can't find something that's going to suit our fancy, what the fuck are we even doing?
Exactly.
And this is just scratching the surface. 172 matches is probably not even a third of his matches. Probably not a fourth. It's probably just a fraction of matches.
One match here that's piqued my interest is from Global Wars, Bandito versus Jay Briscoe. And if you guys have ever seen Bandito, holy shit, and how great he is. versus Jay. That's going to be insane. I don't even think. Yeah. Then you've got, of course, the Hardys versus the Briscoes.
I know
Jay
there's a
Briscoe
bunch in here.
versus Brian
I'm definitely gonna go
Danielson.
through and
I
watch
mean, you've
more.
got
Yeah, Jay versus Brian Danielson in Final Battle 2003. You know,
yeah.
Jay Briscoe versus
You know,
Samoa Joe for the ROH Championship. Like fuck.
who I don't see in
Hmm.
here is I don't see oh shit, the Briscoes versus Killer Elite Squad. Holy shit, that's got to be a good one too.
Yeah.
Short match, but
So
it looks good.
keep this one on file. Keep it bookmarked.
Yeah,
Check them out while you can. Some of these might get pulled at some point because of copyright. So check them out.
yeah. But you
Um,
know who I don't see is I don't see them, and I know they wrestled them, probably because of who it is, but them versus Villain Enterprises, meaning PCO and Brody King. And I know they wrestled each other because I think they took them off the Briscoes took them off of the belts off of them
well,
or fight.
this is a bootleg playlist. Like
Yeah, I
his
know.
Jay versus Kevin Steen for the ROH Championship is not in this
Yeah,
list because it's under
yeah,
it's behind the paywall. That's going to be in the Impact Zone, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah.
Villain Enterprise one. So
No,
I'm just
that was
saying
on ROH. So you
that was an
meant
ROH.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
PCO
villains
is
were
in
big on ROH. I thought they did Impact too. Did they not?
hello. Villain Enterprises. Who's Villain Enterprises?
Yeah, but I thought they were on Impact too. Were they not? Or was it just
No.
PCO was on both?
Brody King never went there. It was just
Oh,
PCO.
all
Brody
right.
never went there. Because Brody got signed.
Yeah. But yeah, all that stuff's going on. It's all there. Check it out. I'm gonna watch more of these matches. Probably tweet about it at some point. Like,
Oh yeah. There's a lot of
there's some
beautiful
really good
ones.
ones.
And I mean, honestly, like if you go back and look at it, like there's a lot. Like if you go into the catalog, I mean, honestly, like there's a lot of really cool stuff. And
Yeah.
then like even going into GCW, because apparently I guess that when on GCW now, what is it? Only like $5 a month, and it's like
Mm.
all the pay-per-views, the GCW stuff is free.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Wow.
got more than you realize too.
Yeah.
They like partner up with other companies too. There was one, I forget who it was, but we were watching one that was like out of Jersey. It might have been Jersey. It wasn't Jersey All Pro, but there was like a
Hmm.
Jersey version of GCW that was like partner with them that was streaming. That
That
we were
sounds like
watching one
Jersey
time.
All Pro, probably.
Yeah, maybe it was.
I would not be shocked. Would not be
Yeah.
shocked. And
I remember
actually
watching
now
it being like, I wonder if I'll see Sam Roberts in the audience.
probably
Mm.
let me see something here. I want just because I'm curious.
And Spinner Fox says that he believes that Steen lost the ROH title and went to WWE. I think that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's see. Yeah,
I
no,
thought
they
that what
won. Oh no.
I thought that
I
what
thought he won.
AEW did for him on Wednesday night was good. It was a nice tribute. It was his birthday, letting his brother do the match. Jay Lethal, I wasn't when I heard the match in general be announced, I wasn't like sold like this is gonna be amazing. I thought it was gonna be cool either way. But it was really cool to see Jay Lethal be part of that, something that seemed a bit bigger than the other stuff. So JCW is the sister company. He says, yeah, that was the one, JCW.
Yeah.
But yeah, was there anything else you want to say about it before we do last call?
No, I just really feel like everything's been kind of a really nice way to tribute, and and it's not in your face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of glad that like the daughters aren't being kind of how they did with -1.
Yeah,
And
it
use
seems to be pretty tasteful, and I appreciate that
yeah.
too.
So, but I do think that if you didn't like the Briscoes because of what you thought that they were and stuff,
Mm,
honestly, like you hear more stories about them being very, very good people.
mm-hmm.
And I know when I've met them, they've always been very nice and very, very respectful. Really, pleasant people. And I've
Yep.
met a lot of different wrestlers before. I've met some real assholes, and I've met some people you would never have thought would have been the nicest people in the world. and some who you'd think would be nice in their assholes. But these guys were amazing, really good family men, and it was one that they were really proud of what they did and stuff. And I think that we should celebrate that more, the good things instead of some of the bad things and dwell on it. So, I think we should celebrate more of this guy had an amazing fucking career with some amazing matches. And, hey, if you think that the guy, when he was really he said something, don't throw stones, people, because I think we all say sometimes things that are kind of questionable. Nobody's perfect. So just remember that and continue to celebrate something that's really great. And his career was a pretty fucking great career. Cut it short, yes, but it was a damn fucking good one. And I really hope that in the future that they retire those belts, that particular title, and if they can rename those tag titles something that has to do with the Briscoes, because they are in the ROH Hall of Fame, deservedly so. And I think that would be a good move to really celebrate what they did and the impact that they had to that company.
Yeah. I think that if you didn't like the Briscoes because of things you were told, you've just been given false information. Is all it boils down to. You just didn't have the right info in front of you. And if you didn't like them because you never saw their matches, luckily it's all still there and you can go back and watch it, because these guys, we lost one of the all-time greats who just didn't get the platform that he deserved for a number of reasons. I know some of it was probably family. I believe that even there was an old Sam Roberts played an old interview he did with Jay Briscoe. It was like his 10th episode, so it was like,
wow,
6-7 years ago.
Early on.
It was a long time ago. And in that, it was while he was the ROH champion. And during that conversation, he mentions, like, Sam asked him, like, so are you never going to go to the WWE, or, has it never met? And he said, I'll never say never. And he goes, but their schedule isn't going to work for me and my family and the farm. Like, he goes, I can't do that schedule. Like, it just seemed like it wasn't an option to him, not because they didn't ever express interest, but because he couldn't fit the WWE into his schedule because his family and what his family was doing was so important. So I think that at the end of the day, he died very proud of being able to be there for his family all the way to when he could. Sean Fox does say keep the kids in the prayers because they're still in the hospital, which is true. And he does say love or hate the Bucks and Jericho, they put their money where their mouth is. I was talking about that too. If you guys ever check out Paving the Way with Medusa, we were talking about Jericho just the other day, honestly, about how regardless if I believe the money should go to where it goes or the stuff that he does put his money where his mouth is, versus other people who wear t-shirts and take credit for things but don't put their money where their mouth is. So I absolutely give credit where credit's due in that regard, where if you believe in something or you are a certain way, that you behave a certain way, whether I agree with every target of your belief. Like I do respect people who take those extra steps and don't just talk it but also walk it, Ansman Fox does say I really hope Top Flight hold the ROH or them boys titles. It would be fitting. I don't have any clue to the relevance of that, if I'm being honest. I don't. When I think of Briscoes and Top Flight, I don't see them in the same. They're brothers. But that's it.
But also too, the Briscoes grew up in the industry together, and it's one of those things where a lot of times, like when you look at some of, to be honest, some of the best tag teams have been brothers. The Hardys, the Briscoes. Much as you probably will disagree with me. The Bucks,
the Usos.
The Usos. Mm-hmm.
To include Sammy Uso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But we all, it's just one of those things. And I think that with Darius and Dante, they have a lot of potential to, if they if they kind of, I don't want to say keep their nose clean, but if they really, one, has to keep, kind of cut the injury proneness down a little. But then too, I mean, if they have a chance to really develop into something special, and I think that you probably, if they do, you'll hear their name pinned and associated with all these great brother tag teams.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to about wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing better we could have done than just basically a tribute show for Jay and, shit talk a little bit of Punk, whatever.
Oh, that was fun. Good. But then again, that wasn't shit talk. It was truth.
It's just spilling the truth, my friend.
Yeah. I know he disappeared.
I'm excited to see what else happens with it. I know they released the one shirt. I do like to get some of the tribute shirts depending on the design. I'm real picky about my shirts.
I know I didn't like this one.
I didn't love it, so I'm gonna probably go look at their stuff and pick up just some Briscoe Brothers stuff, some Dem Boy stuff, because
I was hoping it would be a little bit more, I don't know, like a little bit more. I don't want to say subtle, but I don't know. I feel weird, kind of like wearing a dead person on my shirt like that.
Just like a photo person in general doesn't sit well with me to begin with, but I mean, there's a lot of art out there. They have their own stuff. I'm just gonna go out there and find some Briscoe Brothers stuff, see what I can't get a hold of, because that was a gut punch, and so I'm glad we were able to take some time to watch a couple of their matches and talk about them and celebrate them a little bit. And next week we'll see what AEW has on the docket. I know that the one thing they announced that actually had us both pretty excited was Thatcher versus Bryan Danielson.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, I like screamed, and my heart was so full because I never thought that I would ever see that. And I wanted to see this, especially when Thatcher got released and everything. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to see that.
It may be the actual first dream match of mine that AEW's put on. Mm-hmm. When I think of all the matches, I say this is a dream match. This is the only one that comes to mind. It's all like, yeah, this is absolutely a dream.
You know what's going to happen, I think, now that we have this one? You know who the final one, I think, is going to be? Who? In my heart, I hope it is. And in my heart, I hope it's in San Francisco. And in my heart, I want a better seat if it is. Versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, my God. Fuck Zack Sabre Jr. But you're probably right.
I will die. That's probably true. That's the one right there. Like, the two that I've been wanting have been Danielson and Thatcher, Zack Sabre Jr., and Danielson.
Well, the Suzuki one, but that was a letdown.
That was a letdown. Yeah, I mean, but this is Zack Sabre Jr., man. That's the same. They have those mean PKs. They got those. They're mean. Okay, that's mean technical wrestling. That's true techers right there. Okay, and I'm all for it. Thatcher, that's going to be mean. It's going to be beautiful. And this, I'm going to cry because it's just, I already know.
Yep.
If that's not match of the night or like one of the matches of the year so far, then I don't know what it would be, because it all in itself, all encompassing, is just saying this is incredible. Period.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's theirs to fuck up. You know what I mean? Like our expectations are a certain level, and they're either going to deliver or they won't. And I think those are two dudes who have always delivered. So I'm not expecting them to fuck up, but I'm saying like it's in their court.
Yeah, we're big fans. So, like this, when they played that footage, I was just like,
so they did a really good job with that. That video package to introduce who Thatcher was, to explain him a little bit. I thought that was very well done. I was happy they did that.
But it's weird. You go from Brian Cage to Timothy Thatcher.
That was weird.
Kind of weird, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I do think the final boss is going to be Zack Sabre Jr.
It should be. Yeah. That'd be good.
It should be.
But we'll talk about it next week. We'll figure it out. And see, Spinfox does say, Marsh, let AEW have something. I know they will go under before this year's up, but damn it, let them have it. I didn't say a bad thing about it. I said they did a really good job with that video package. I said it was not even AEW. I said it was Thatcher and Daniel Bryan's to fuck up. Like, that match is in their hands. And all they got to do is deliver. And I mean, there's some pressure for sure, but I'm saying that as a positive. that we're already on board. That all they have to do is not fuck it up. That's it. You know what I mean? Like when you go to a job interview, and it's
Like, what's your
just as
name?
long as you don't. Yeah, as long as you don't shit your pants in the interview, the job's yours. And then people go in there and they shit their pants, and you go, look, all you have to do is not fuck up this one thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying they've got it. It's nailed down. You've got these two dudes in there. It's up to them. All they got to do, don't shit your pants. We'll be fucking thrilled. So I'm excited for it. It's the first match I've looked forward to since Double or Nothing, Dustin versus Cody. So
that's wow. That's saying a lot. That is saying a lot, because Marsh just is like, oh, he doesn't like Tony Khan. Oh, who does like?
I was
Tony
super
Khan?
looking forward to Daniel Bryan versus Suzuki though, and that was a letdown. I'm bummed.
I know,
but
this right here, I think the next two, because it has to be technical people. Okay, it has to be, because that's the only way you can break him down is technically, because MJF does not have that skill set. You could snap his arm in like 2 seconds and you're done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Give us the ride.
We'll be back next week and we're going to figure it out. We're going to talk about it. You can find her at MsAmandaJayne with a Y on Twitter. I'm at Ref Marsh. We are at WOTR the show. This has been the dive bar of the IWC. And next week, we'll be back for a brand new episode 1. Oh, the Iron Man match is the match. It's what Spinner Fox is saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's at Revolution.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that as much. But we'll be back to talk about it for a brand new episode 1. That's the last call.
Cheers.
Hey, producer lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support us or buy us a drink by following and putting the I in subscribe on Twitch. Or subscribe and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us. Cheers.
I would never have a drink with wrestling on the rocks.